together, we are looking back to 2025 as we wind down the year. I promise you my take on some of the most iconic, proverbial highlights of 2025 in athletics. Whether you agree or not, this is what I do. I set the tone. You come in, I jive in, and give me your comments. My subscriber in Tukoriada. I'm open to any other way of looking at 2025 in athletics. The month of February was exciting because it's indoor season. It's a very short window of track. And as I have always said, it's not as glamorous because it's very limited in capacity. It's not as explosive as outdoor track, but still, it brings the best of the best. And this year in 2025, on the 14th of February, the Valentine weekend, we had Valentine performance. We had the incredible performance in Boston University. The man, the one, the only, who granted us the epic of 5,000 meters world record 21 years later, after the GOAT, following the footsteps of the GOAT from Ethiopia, Addis Ababa, Kenenisa Bekele. Listen, anything you do after Kenenisa Bekele is special. Okay? So we are in Boston. It's the 14th. Like I say, is a day those women, those beautiful people are receiving those flowers. They are happy. You've remembered them. You've made them special. You can as well tell them, hey, I love you. We were loved. We were blessed to watch the world record go down by none other than the Grand Tour, Grant Fisher. He did it. And let's look back a little bit. What was that all about? That was just a distraction and demolition. Listen, it's Boston University, so you don't expect a lot of professionalism. There's a lot of collegiate athletes. So the field was divided between the top four in the early pace and everybody else. At the end of it all, it was about Grant Fisher. It was him and him alone. And even before that, 8 days later, or before, on the 8th of February, he had just broken the 3K world record. He had done that on the same stadium, on the same indoor facility that Yared Nuguse had demolished the mile record. Grant Fisher, on the 14th, 8 days later, decides to step up. And step up he did. I don't think we can really appreciate some of these things until we look back and we're like, wow. Not only does he break the world record, there was no competition. I think the competition in that event was Grant Fisher and the clock. Maybe the second place French runner. Ha ha. That was him, Jimmy Grechia. That was the only competition. And the crowd, as I say, my friend, when you have the crowd propelling you, when you have people cheering for you that close and intimate, you have to grant them something special. And Grant Fisher, I keep saying this, that was his event. That was his moment. He grabs the moment, takes it to another level 21 years later. 12:44:09. That is quick. Maybe in my episodes I've talked about how special that was when I saw it back then. But I'm looking back, I'm like, 12:44 is an envy of outdoor runners. Most outdoor runners are like, give me this anywhere, I'll do this. He did that as if it was just a training session. 30 seconds, 200, 30 seconds, 200, 30 seconds, 200. I was looking at the splits, looking at how he did it. It tells you that this guy was in a different planet. He was in a different zone. He was in the twilight zone. And that grants me a special moment here to say that to me was iconic. When you look at how old that record was and following the footsteps or trying to lower or break the world record of Kenenisa Bekele by Grant Fisher, the American, the man. Let's appreciate moments like that. I just pause in 2025 and says that Valentine weekend was no ordinary weekend for athletics. I've I've always looked back and I say, wow, what was all Grant Fisher doing here? If you look at it the whole calendar year, if you're gonna just summarize 2025 of Grant Fisher, at 12:44:09, he couldn't go any higher. You can watch the rest of the season and you know what I mean. He was at the height. He was in Mount Everest. He was looking down and saying, I've done it. I've broken the world record. At 21 years later, he does that in Boston. And that's the mother she wrote for him in